The following presentation is a part of the National Heavy Boxing League's 10th season, celebrating 10 years of the premier level of heavy boxing in the Team Fortress 2 community, and a final send-off as the NHBL closes after its 10th season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Season 5 divisional matches of the National Heavy Boxing League. We have some unfortunate news, but we have some great news as well. So, unfortunately, with the way that we've had uncommitted fighters to the league, we have two of our matches that have been forfeited tonight. The match between Smoogs and Some Porcupine has been a forfeit, and Some Porcupine will advance to the Soviet Russia Heavy Boxing Conference Final against Kinsley, which we'll talk about that match later. And we also have the match that was in between Setup Lit and Root Beer Float. That match has also been considered a forfeit, and Setup Lit will advance to the National Heavy Boxing Conference Final. The only match, unfortunately, that we will see tonight is in between White Russian Bear and Spaten, which is going to be a great match regardless. Should be a one-night event, at least in my opinion. But whoever wins that match will face Setup Lit in the final. Now, with the match between Kinsley and the Classy Man, unfortunately, the Classy Man lost his grandfather, I believe, this past week, and then tonight he had his grandfather's funeral that he had to attend. Our full condolences and best wishes go to the Classy Man and his family. So Kinsley and the Classy Man agreed to have their match earlier this week on Tuesday, so that the Classy Man will be able to attend his grandfather's funeral. And Kinsley won 3-0 in rounds, and that will advance Kinsley to the Soviet Russia Heavy Boxing Conference Final, where he will face Some Porcupine tomorrow night. Now, I want to just get my opinion here from our commentators here. Again, gentlemen Sador here with Mindless Gonzo and James Baxter. Now, gentlemen, it is a sad thing to see tonight, unfortunately, with with 2 out of 3 of the matches we had scheduled for tonight forfeited. It is a sad thing to see in the NHBL, but it does at least prove that we do have the fighters that are advancing in the round are committed. Some Porcupine and Setup Lit, those who have advanced, they are committed fighters. So up on time. So that's at least guaranteeing us great matches for the conference finals tomorrow night. However, at least seeing that we have a great matchup of fighters, because at least seeing Kinsley fight, he is certainly going to give Some Porcupine a run for his money. And then we also have Setup Lit, who either if he faces White Russian Bear or Spaten, he has a reasonable chance against either of them. They are both great fighters in the league, and Setup Lit has consistently gotten in the top 3 places of the last 3 tournaments in the NHBL. So he is a decent fighter there as well. So regardless of the results of tonight's match between White Russian Bear and Spaten, it's going to be a very interesting turn of events tomorrow at the conference final. Now, Gonzo, so I know at least you're a person who is a little bit more expressive with his anger at people, and you try your best to hide it a little bit. But just at least seeing that we have had Baxter, you good over there? Anyways, so Gonzo, at least seeing with the unfortunate forfeits that we have had because of people not showing up, fortunately with that, and also with the fact that we've had, I believe, at least half of our matches have been forfeits. If I'm counting here correctly, we have had so far 5 forfeits in 2 rounds of the NHBL for this season, which is an unfortunate list of forfeits. But of course, let's get your opinion on this. How do you feel about the forfeits that have happened, and how do you feel about the conference finals moving forward?
It's just, well, I knew something was wrong with Root Beer Flow. He was acting a little shady. It wouldn't be surprising if he just all of a sudden just up and just didn't care about the tournament and just left of his own volition. I knew something was shady about that guy. But the rest, this is just, it's carelessness in some degrees. Now, granted, there, like you said, with one of the matches, who was it?
Which one? Smoogs versus Some Porcupine?
The one that forfeited because of a funeral.
Oh, that wasn't a forfeit. That was the match between Kinsley and the Classy Man that was held earlier this week so that Classy Man could attend to the funeral.
Well, yeah, it's just, yeah, there are some instances where, yes, sometimes life does get in the way, and it can't be helped when something comes up like this, like the tragic death of a family member, and that you have to attend it. Sometimes life takes priority over this tournament. However, if you have nothing going on at the moment, you should have at least tried to prioritize this tournament. This is a serious tournament that you have to be that has to be taken seriously. A lot is on the line here. This isn't just some game. This has a prize. This has fame. This has everything you could ever wanted. You don't need to be half-assing things and just going in at your leisure. Some of our fighters have been notified. Bear, do not push me. That face when it's actually a game. But I'm just saying, there is a lot on the line, and many of these people were notified weeks in advance. Now, like I said before, it can't be helped when real life comes in the way. If you let us know of it, it's normally like Fedora has tried to do it. It'll be weighed out, and yeah, life does come before the tournament. Unless you got nothing going on in your life, then this tournament comes first. And it's just some of these wrestlers, they seem to forget.
Boxers.
What now?
Boxers. They're boxers. You silly.
Bite me.
I will bite you.
Okay, well, at least that does make sense what you're saying, Gonzo. But the thing is, if real life does get in the way, it's at least better for you to reach out as a heavy boxer and say, hey, look, I cannot attend my event. Can we reschedule it? If you say that in advance, that's at least
It at least gives
accommodated for.
Yeah. If you say, hey, I can't do this, and here's a specific reason why, then yeah, we can accommodate. If you just don't show up for any reason, or don't even message, or hell, even block you when you try to remind them, then we don't have room in the NHBL for you.
Indeed. And the other question I gave you, looking forward, at least with the results of the forfeits and everything, looking towards the conference finals, do you have, at least we know it's going to be a set of intense matches, but do you have any predictions for who will make it to the Sasha Heavyweight Championship?
Based on what I could try to vaguely remember, because I've been having quite an on and off week, it would be interesting to see. I mean, you got Setuplet, who in the previous match, he displayed quite a I can't even describe it. He was just wanting to get this over with quickly as soon as possible, and displayed enough strength and skill to actually accommodate for his little distance between his home and its server. And you also got White Russian Bear, who's he's so insane, he's unpredictable. How can you deal with those two going at it? It's just, with those things, I'm trying to remember what all the bracket we have because there's a lot of forfeits. So,
yeah. So Setuplet is in the National Heavy Boxing Conference final, but based on forfeits. Whoever wins this match tonight, White Russian Bear versus Spaten, they will face Setuplet in the National Heavy Boxing Conference final. On the other side of the bracket for the Soviet Russian Heavy Boxing Conference, it is Some Porcupine versus Kinsley.
Yeah, but if Kinsley doesn't come, Some Porcupine will have to deal with either one, who ended up like. I'm sorry. I'm feeling kind of uneasy also. I don't know why.
All right.
I took some Tums earlier, so hopefully it doesn't result in me becoming sick midway. I just want to be able to at least last long enough to see Spaten versus White Russian Bear. That will be a match for the ages.
Indeed. All right. Baxter, let's get your opinion here on this. Obviously, you're a huge Russian Bear fan. We all
That
we
doesn't
all
quite
know that.
describe my addiction with the White Russian Bear. Not quite.
Okay, but at least looking at the matches that we have over it with the conference finals. We have some Porcupine versus Kinsley over in the Soviet Russian Heavy Boxing Conference, and we could potentially have a White Russian Bear versus Setup Lit conference final. Or it could be a Spaten versus Setup Lit conference final. At least looking at how it's working out, who do you think is going to make it to the Sasha Heavyweight Championship this season?
Well, on the side with some Porcupine and Kinsley, which side was that one again? I'm
Soviet Russian Heavy Boxing.
the Soviet Russian Heavy Boxing League. I'm sorry, I'm getting my things jumbled up. It's been a stressful day over here at the Baxter household. Anyways, looking at that fight, you see some Porcupine who I've always liked as a fighter. I've seen this guy as a rookie grow up, develop that gator roll tactic, who's put away so many boxers over the years. A great fighter overall, taking on this newcomer, Kinsley, who has proven himself to be a really upcoming and really talented with a lot of potential boxer. But between them, I don't know if Kinsley is quite ready yet to take on some Porcupine, a seasoned veteran with a lot of moves to his arsenal. I think some Porcupine's going to take home the Soviet Russian part of this league. And over on this side, I predict that I think Spaten tonight, after many years of coming in fourth place, every time losing to White Russian Bear, I think he's going to come out of his shell tonight. I think he's going to decide, hey, I've had enough of losing to White Russian Bear. I'm going to win this. And he's going to come out swinging, and I think he's going to get one over on White Russian Bear. Now, White Russian Bear, I know a lot of people are saying, he's a loser. He's all washed up. He's a complete has-been, I don't believe that. White Russian Bear, I don't know if he's really back yet. I don't know if he's still got that, that bear mentality of his. I don't even know if that's still there because I've seen him in the ring. I don't even know if this is the same White Russian Bear. So I think Spaten's going to take this one home, and then I think he's going to go on to the next round and beat Setup Lit, and then after that he'll head to the finals, and I think the finals will be Spaten versus some Porcupine.
Now we're going to go ahead and introduce our referee for tonight's match. He is the only national referee for the National Heavy Boxing League, being based in Finland, and has been a referee since the third annual Boxing Day Classic. Please give it up for the one and only Dr. Sensei Hugo. Now we shall introduce our away heavy boxer for tonight's match. He was the first rookie to win the Sasha Heavyweight Championship in Season 2. He was the runner-up for the conference finals of the National Heavy Boxing Conference in Season 3. And he was the runner-up for the Sasha Heavyweight Championship in Season 4. Give it up for the legendary, the one and only, White Russian Bear. Well, we're going to go ahead and introduce our home heavy boxer here. He is consistently placed in the top 4 positions for the last 3 tournaments of the National Heavy Boxing League. He is a dedicated fighter in the NHBL, and he is certainly ready to give it his all tonight. Give it up for the one and only Spot. I don't know if you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys saw that on the shot there, but
I did.
Spaten punched him
I think
a
it was White Russian
sandwich.
Bear.
I'm not sure what his strategy attempt was there, but it was very interesting.
I can tell you what the strategy is. He's insane.
Holy, these two fighters are not only skillful, they're freaking insane.
All right, and while the fighters are taking their mandatory warm-up rounds, we're going to go ahead and comment on their loadouts here. Again, Russian Bear with this flat head loadout there, just the alien hair. And then again, you have Spaten over here with the Santa beard, which is very interesting. So both loadouts are very interesting there. And I believe I'm gonna have to give it to Russian Bear and loadout in this time, because he is completely sleeveless and he's trying to show off his heavy muscles there. So it's very interesting. Gonzo?
Yeah, it's certainly intimidating. And it certainly shows, especially with him sporting the Guile style hair that's pretty much infamous for, like, well, not only going along with everything, but beating everything along with it. It's just kind of still odd that we're dealing with Spaten's loadout, who's, well, mainly your average homeless veteran in a sweater. It's just kind of weird.
Oh, cold.
It is. Baxter, your thoughts?
Oh, well, let me get down here closer so I can examine these men up close. So let's see here. We got Experimenting Spaten looking like the homeless cop, weight room, Hulk Hogan-looking guy here. And then we got with a White Russian Bear sporting his belt and his sleeveless shirt and that ugliest haircut I've ever seen since Justin Bieber.
Please don't compare to Justin Bieber. Nobody should be that low.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so between these two, I'm going to have to give the loadout advantage to our referee for the evening. I mean, that's a beautiful loadout on our referee there. Just look at him.
What?
That ugly little pirate hat. I'm giving it to the referee. Hands down. No comparison. No comparison. Hands down. We should just give the belt to that referee right now. It's over. It's done. It's in the books.
Oh, Lord.
All game. We're out of here.
Okay. Now that the mandatory stuff is stopped, let's ask the fighters to calm down and get ready for their official matches.
Please don't kill each other yet. We haven't caught it on camera.
Of course. All right, and their third and final mandatory warm-up round handed down to the referee, Dr. Sensei Hugo.
Okay, when the bell rings, you can start fighting. Have a fun match.
Round one begins. Spaten calls for medic and punches thrown by both fighters there. It looks like Russian Bear may have the advantage. Punches still being thrown. Low health there. Russian Bear wins round one. And just both fighters going in for that. Going right in, punching, not messing around at all, or trying to be laying back, just going straight in and punching, and Russian Bear gets the first round and the lead. Baxter?
Let me tell you something about White Russian Bear. That's my man. I knew he was going to win. Even though I said he was going to lose on the pre-show, I said he was going to win. I told you he's a winner. He's the best fighter in the history. He's no wash-up. But whoever said he's a wash-up? Who said that? I didn't say that at all. A White Russian Bear, I love that man. He's the best. He's the best. I would marry him if that was legal in my state. Well, we're in Kentucky, so that's the work of the devil. Anyways,
You're a nut. Why am I in a league full of nuts?
Let me tell you something. Being nutty generates cash, my friend. So I'm bringing in the supporters, and you over there, you're driving people away. You're the weakest link here, Mr. Gonzo. Nobody likes you.
Oh my gosh!
Eat my shit.
I am high on cocaine. Anyway,
unfortunately, I do have association with my co-commentators here. I would try to dissociate them, but there's no point.
Okay.
Gonzo, your thoughts?
Well, so far so good. Wait, who was victor in the last round? Was it Russian Bear?
Russian Bear won.
I figured though. This seems to be going just as well. I mean, for some odd reason, I'm looking at some strange things happening on my end, unless it's happening on you guys' end as well.
What do you mean?
Well, we have Spaden behaving rather strangely. He ended up going through the rope and winding up on the outside. But not during
I guess he was just trying to glitch with the new rope system. Hopefully, it won't have an effect with the game, of course. And now we shall hand it back down for round 2.
Okay. No jumping, no eating while fighting, and no exiting the ring. Spartan, are you ready? White, don't kill me. Are you ready? Good. When the bell rings, you can start fighting. Have fun.
They're off.
Round 2 begins. Russian Bear having the advantage here. Spaten calling for medic again. Seems to be a strategy for him to try and show weakness. Punch is still being thrown here. It looks like Russian has the advantage, and he wins round 2. And again, we see that same strategy. Punches, not messing around, just getting aggressive in there. And Russian Bear managed to get the first 2 punches in and got the advantage throughout the entire round. Gonzo?
You are dealing with 2 very strange cases here. Very, very bad nutcases that unfortunately are very talented. But one is more insane than the other and delivering punches like nobody's business. And that, my friend, it might ended up taking White Russian Bear all the way to this one last win and on to the finals of the division.
Indeed, and Baxter, as Gonzo said here, at least to correct him, if he gets one more round win, he goes straight to the conference finals. So looking at, and he will face Setup Lit. So looking at this, do you think Russian Bear will win this last round and make it a complete ace on Spaten, or do you think Spaten's going to try and make a comeback?
Let me tell you something about White Russian Bear. Now, I'm not going to do what I did last commentary. I'm going to get a little bit serious here. Throughout this entire tournament, everybody's been talking about it, that he's not the same guy. But what I've just seen in these past 2 rounds, that is the same White Russian Bear we saw take home the gold in his rookie season. That malicious, calculating, downright evil man right there in the left corner. That's the White Russian Bear that I want to see come out and win this tournament. I think that if he can do what he did in the last 2 rounds, he's definitely got this, because that's the White Russian Bear that gets wins. That's the White Russian Bear that everyone should fear. And even Spaten over there is afraid of him because he keeps calling for a medic, even though if he does get a medic, he'd be disqualified, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I think that White Russian Bear is going to take home this next round. I think this is him coming back. I don't think he's washed up anymore. I think we're seeing White Russian Bear make the comeback of the century.
Like always, pretty much no eating, no jumping, and no exiting the ring, and no crouching. I forgot to mention that. Spartan, are you ready? Russian Bear, are you ready? Oh, you are not ready. Okay, you are. Have fun.
Round 3 begins. Russian Bear having the advantage here. Spaten hanging on a limb here, trying to get in, and Russian Bear will advance to the conference final.
Woo! That's my man.
There's just something interesting here with Spaten. That's not how we've seen him fight in the past. He's usually been aggressive on his opponents, completely ace them, and managed to ace his last opponent, Unfriendly Hoovy, in the wild card. That was just maybe he's had an off day, or maybe the Russian Bear was just simply the better opponent and read his strategy.
Or, as Baxter said, he is being intimidated. He is scared stiff of White Russian Bear, and it started to cost him dearly when his emotions got the best of him.
That is true. And now that we'll see White Russian Bear facing against Setup Lit in the National Heavy Boxing Conference Final, that's going to be a very interesting match for both of them, because you've seen how Setup Lit has evolved and gotten consistently in the top 4 places of the last 3 tournaments of the NHBL. The fact that you have a great there against Russian Bear, who hasn't gotten in the top 4 places, and now with him advancing finals, he at least is going to be in 4th place for this tournament, which is a very significant thing considering he has not gotten it in the last tournament. At least to my knowledge, he hasn't gotten it in the last 3 tournaments. But it is going to be a very interesting conference finals. Baxter, your thoughts?
Oh, well, let me tell you something about White Russian Bear down there. You guys all know I'm a fan of him. I am so happy to see him make this comeback like this. I've been saying it since the beginning. Everybody's doubting him. I don't doubt him for a second. Well, actually, I did doubt him. I'm flip-flopping here.
Bipolar.
You laughing, boy? I'll knock you out. I'll send White Russian after you. Well, anyways, on a more serious note, White Russian Bear, it's great to see him back in action like he is. I didn't think he had it in him, to be honest. I thought that he was going to go down. I thought this was it. I thought this was going to be the descent of White Russian Bear, but I'm quite pleased to say that I am wrong. He looks like the same fighter he was all those years ago when he was winning championship after championship, killing everybody in his path. He's returned to that intimidating mentality. That's why Spotting strategy really didn't work here, is because you cannot be as aggressive and malicious as White Russian Bear is. You can't fighting fire with fire is never going to work because you're just going to get over, because you're not going to solve anything that way. And as you can see, White Russian Bear dominated that match in a 3-0 shutout. I think White Russian Bear is going to advance. And if he pulls into the Hugh Z Stadium next week with this same mentality, that same intimidating, that same overpowering mentality that he always has had, he's going to beat Setup Lit and go to the finals.
Indeed. And while Baxter heads down to the locker rooms to get the post-game interview with White Russian Bear, Gonzo, just want to get your last opinion here. Looking again as we have Setup Lit and White Russian Bear facing off in the National Heavy Boxing Conference Final, and we have Some Porcupine and Kinsley facing off in the Soviet Russian Heavy Boxing Conference Final. It is going to be a great day of heavy boxing tomorrow for sure. But the biggest question that we have here that will go a little bit more in depth is who will make it to the Sasha Heavyweight Championship. But at least looking, Gonzo, at based on Russian's performance today, do you think he will go all the way this season?
If he keeps it up, he just might. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He seems to be able to regain that spark that made him famous. Wouldn't be surprising.
Indeed. And James Baxter is right now in the red locker room with the one and only White Russian Bear for the post-match interview. Down to you, Baxter.
Hey, guys, I'm down here in the red locker room right now. That smells like a big bag of sweaty gym socks. I never want to do this again. I hate every one of you. And joining me right now, her mother. Anyways, joining me right now is my man, White Russian Bear. White Russian Bear, you just came off a huge, impressive, dominating victory over Spottin', and you're advancing to the conference finals. How do you feel right now?
Tired.
I bet you're one of those guys who's not going to give me very good answers on these, are you?
No.
Of course you're not. I hate you sometimes. I sometimes want to gut you in your face. And now he's laughing at me. This guy is mean. Anyways, well, let me ask you this. Do you think you have what it takes, after all the critics saying you're a washed up and you're not the same heavy boxer, do you think you have what it takes to go to the finals and win this whole thing?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, he does. Well, before I lose my mind and try to gut this man like a fish and get caught on live television, I'm going to send it back up to you guys. Back to you, Chet.